From Sunset Lanes in Beaverton, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT event. Wrapping things up here in the scratch division, it's Nerve Wracker Pick Your Poison Day. That's the kitchen sink format there. We'll try and explain it as we go along, but Vince Bachteler has to win this game to force a tiebreaker. And so far so good, as he leads by 26 pins with the spare working here in the fourth frame. And I am so happy that either Vince or Tristan made the title match today, because boy were those two somehow avoided the fashion police on their drive up here, and he decided that that's what he was going to wear. Tristan went for the orange on orange ensemble, so I thought it might be those two in the title match. Instead, it's Vince and John Jordan. Relatively simple 9-pin, no trouble at it, maintains that lead. So Pick Your Poison Nerve Wracker. First of all, pick your poison. We cut to the top 16 bowlers, and instead of us telling you who you bowl, you tell us who you bowl. The top seed had the choice of any other bowler to play in matches. Top seed Thomas Newt had a great 5-game qualifier, but chose the wrong bowler to play in round 1, Connor Jackley, as he beat him and eliminated him from the tournaments. Happened to a lot of the higher seeds, and we're left here with John and Vince, who are the 10 and 11 seeds. So they got hot at the right time. So in addition to the Pick Your Poison, it's also Nerve Wracker. First still. And a catch ball return there. So yeah, so Pick Your Poison, we talked about. Nerve Wracker means they bowl 2-game matches instead of 1. If they sweep their opponent 2-0, obviously they advance. If they're tied 1-1, they go into a 1-shot roll-off. So John won game 1 of this 2-game match before we taped, 182 to 165. That means that John wins this game and he's the champion. If Vince wins this game, they throw 1 shot for all the marbles. Totally different test. You know, the length of the format tests your physical skills, and that part of it tests your mental skills big time. And that ball should have stayed stuck in the ball return, because it didn't work. Chop the 3 off the 10 there. Gives him 94 through 5, and gives Jordan a little more life here. Thanks again to Aaron and the whole crew here at Sunset for hosting us. First time we visited here. Real nice center. Check it out sometime if you're on the west side of Portland. See Jordan now in front of the ball return, attacking this broken down Abbey Road lane condition. So he's going to truncate his steps. He'll start his push away before his feet. That gives him enough time to complete his delivery. Right around the 6th arrow now. And all that power still leaves a 10-pin. Pretty good shot. If you're going to be a cranker type bowler like John is, one of the highest rev rates we have on tour, you have to have that skill in your bag of being able to stand in front of the ball return and be comfortable doing it. It's like it or not, it's a part of the modern game. So now we'll switch to a ball that doesn't hook, completely change his release, go hard and straight at the 10 pin, just like that. That's nicely done. However, still has that 8-pin deficit now through 5 frames. John had a horrible knee injury to start out the season, right off the bat, literally like 3 frames into the season. He blew out his knee and has been recovering nicely since then. Had a nice finish yesterday, and here he is bowling for a title today. He's got 1 career title back at Pacific last season. Would love to double that title count here in the next couple minutes. Oh, goodbye 9-pin. You betcha. The give and take of that power, sometimes the ball comes in so sharply, even from 6th arrow, that you leave solid 9s. But that time something came across and erased the 9. That's a big shot of adrenaline for the big guy. Now for Mr. Spotty Drawers. Going away, Brooklyn. Vince has 2 JBT titles to his credit, including 1 major, our biggest major. He won the Touring Players Championship out of the handicap division 2 seasons ago for a quick $2,000. Trying to qualify this year as a scratch bowler, on his way to doing so. Look out! All right, it went straighter than I thought. Vince qualified 10th for the finals today at -28. A little bit higher scoring than yesterday. We had a brutal pattern out yesterday with WTBA Atlanta. Today was the Kegel Abbey Road pattern. A little more margin for error than yesterday, but still anything but wide open. Took roughly -6, or exactly -60 to make the cut and handicap scratch today. That's 188 average. Yeah, that time the Brooklyn works. He'll take it. He'd rather throw a better shot, but he's happy to have an X on the scoreboard, I'm sure. Jordan can cut the lead here to just 2 pins if he can strike and make it a double here in the 7th frame. So again, watch the mechanics of that in front of the ball return delivery. Watch his arm swing go into motion just a step before his feet start moving. And he's going to open up that shoulders to get the ball to project left to right. Oh man, no love right there as he shreds that rack. Corner pin city, 10 pin, 7 pin. His last 2 shots in that lane. With all that power, you expect to carry that hit almost every time. That's a bad break right there. Nicely done. All right, anybody's game. 12 pins, 3 frames to go. It's such a interesting mental format because John's got the benefit of that game in his pocket already, so it's really easy if you're not really focused to have a little bit of a mental letdown. But conversely, the last thing you want to do is go to that 1-shot roll-off for all the marbles. Left 6. Labels it. Throwing awful good shots for 9 spare strike, 9 spare strike the last 4 frames. Will it be enough? Watch part 2.